We want you all to have a great time. I know it looks like we have a cash bar tonight, but as I promised you in the invitation, at a later date, I will get Mexico to pay for all your drinks.
That is comedian Samantha Bee in 2017 hosting not the White House Correspondents Dinner for the first time. It was her alternative to the official event honoring political reporters, although political reporters don't think they do it to honor themselves. The real White House Correspondents' Dinner is this Saturday in Washington. Once again, President Trump will not attend, and instead of a comedian, a historian, Ron Chernow, will be the featured speaker. So, for the second time, the host of Full Frontal with Samantha Bee will host her own dinner to air at the same time. Samantha, good morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
So after you did the first one,
Yes.
first not the one, you said, I'm not going to do this again.
Yeah, I didn't think that it would be necessary, but it turns out, now that we're not having a comedian at the dinner, it felt like it was time to...
You're answering a national call.
It's a national call. Yeah. I mean, really.
You see a vacancy in the national fabric that's...
doing the Lord's work here.
That's right.
Yes.
Right. And so what can we expect? Long list of celebrities?
Long list of special guests. We're doing some great music. I mean, ultimately, we're honoring journalists, and journalism is under siege for sure, so we want to highlight that. But ultimately, we really want to have a fun night. We want to provide an alternative event that is joyful and celebratory and ridiculous and all the things that go into it.
Don't we need fun too, Samantha? The country is so divided and so nasty and so mean. So how do you navigate those waters? How do you know how far you can go to the line without crossing it?
Well, as you know, Gail, I'm a big believer in the grand old First Amendment. So, you know, we push limits on our show for sure. But we work our way through very difficult material, and we try to highlight things that are important to us, but we bring humor to it too. We think I feel like it's a way for people to get to understand or process the things that are happening right now, which can be very devastating. I think through the lens of humor is a good way for people to.
How long have you been doing political humor?
I've been doing it for so long.
Yeah, it says in the notes 16 years.
16 years, yeah.
How do you think it's changed in that time that you've done it, and how's it changed under this president?
Well, it's changed a lot under this president. I mean, the volume of news that we're handling it feels insurmountable.
It's like sipping water from a fire hose.
It really is. It is like a fire hose of news. We don't, we're not spending the amount of time that we used to on. When I worked at the Daily Show, we would, process stories.
I think we're missing the depth of things. Yeah,
it's very difficult to do that when things keep coming at you.
So then, is the challenge for creating good comedy not swinging at every single pitch?
You can't swing at every single pitch. We're lucky because we only are on once a week, so we get to sit back and kind of process the news a little bit.
Take the best pitches.
Take the best pitches and sit back and do a little bit more analysis. So I feel lucky to not have to do it every day. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. How are you handling the Mueller report, Samantha Bee?
Oh,
how did you do that?
It's difficult. That's difficult. I mean, I feel like it's a difficult one. I'm not sure that people have been really groomed. People are really being groomed in this administration to not take things seriously and to not let stories sit with them and to not let things stick, and I find that very distressing. It's incredibly distressing.
Because we keep hearing people want to know about it, but then we hear people are tired of it too. So I wonder how you navigate that.
I don't know how you navigate it. We just have to keep bringing these things, we just have to keep presenting them to people and hoping that they will.
There are 20 Democrats running for president. Running for president. A new one may have announced since I started this sentence.
Most likely.
What is that a gift?
It will be a very interesting year and a half leading into. It's already so exhausting. I do feel like people should really want to be president if they're going to run for president these days. I feel like we've had an accidental president somewhat, and I do think that if you're going to run for it, you should want to do the actual job, not just sell a book. That's my standard.
You have Senator Warren for the first time last night saying that they should take steps towards potentially impeaching the President of the United States, whereas Speaker Pelosi has sort of put the brakes on. What do you make of that divide within the Democratic Party?
There's always infighting within the Democratic Party. That's what we're very good at. So we'll see how it shakes out. But I feel like people need to take this report seriously and really sit with the implications of it. And I'm not sure that we're capable of doing that these days.
Do you ever think this not the Mueller report or anything else, it's too serious to joke about? Or,
oh, of course. There are definitely things that are too serious to joke about, and we don't joke about those things. But we find our line as we get to it. You know what I mean? We don't have an agenda on the show that's like, this feels off topic for us. We just take every story that feels important to us and then figure out if there's a path through it that we can make on the show. And if there is no path, then we leave it to Frontline.
But don't you feel you will never run out of material?
We will never. We will literally never.
You'll always have a job. Yeah.
Democratic president, Republican president.
Yes,
there's
you'll
never
run out of material.
There's no.
And unfortunately, our path has come to its end.
No.
I'm sorry.
Everyone will just have to watch on Saturday.
Exactly.
Yes.
Our path is closed here, but it will continue on Saturday.
Thank you so much.
Not the White House Correspondents' Dinner airs Saturday on TBS.